Alright, we're back, and I am static. Okay, well, shocking, I know. Let's see if I can't fix this. Is it just as easy as... And now we should be good to go. Alrighty. Alright, let me toss this and this. And last but not least, send. Of course. I was supposed to be starting over 2 hours ago. I just... you don't want to hear me bellyaching about being sick again. I already talk about it fucking enough. And yes, successful upload. Okay. Leave that, discard that. Fuck you anyway. Not that one. Not that one. Here we are. Now I can see what's happening. Brilliant! As you can see, the second week of the Anniversary Festival has begun. We're back in Flame Fate. And obviously I didn't pay for these costumes, so... Me and my bird, well... Me and my twink. Bird got this for free as a one-off, just logging into the festival. Twink... Unfortunately, he, Alma, and Gemma, they only get their costumes available during the festival unless they're willing to shell out $6 to reskin an NPC. Okay. Beside the point, I've said my piece on that. The important thing is, I've already gone in and redone my own fashion. I kept my Palico the same way, because I wanted to make sure I remembered that we unlocked more pendants since last time. I redid the egg quest for the Stories 3 crossover. And turns out, the different eggs do actually reflect different pendants you unlock at the end of it, even if it doesn't say as such. And it does appear you only unlock one egg pendant per attempt on the egg quest. So, I finished it 2 more times, I got 2 more pendants. We can hop right into that. There we go. Sorry about that. Let's just hop into single player for this. Shush, little 20 series card. You'll have to survive. Nobody can afford new GPUs right now unless they were buying Bitcoin at the heat birth of the universe. Everybody else is worried about the heat death of the universe. Crypto miners always worried about the heat birth. Or heat in general. So yes, I did some dailies yesterday, but I'm still missing one more, and I'm also right low on time to complete it. So you will find out why I waited to do that 9-star momentarily. But for now, I've already mopped up most of the other dailies and weeklies. Let's go check out those pendants. We previously had the Gravios one, which was also a strange unlock considering we were set in the Scarlet Forest. I guess they didn't want to set it in Wyveria, even though they could have justified any monster showing up there, except for the Apexes, which they also had a hatchling for the Apex. It's like, oh boy, a Chatacabra egg. You can see it off to the right. It's a good thing this monster literally only spawns in 2 zones in the game, or 2 maps in the game, not 2 zones. What armor set am I using right now? Oh, that's right. Chat, please let me inspect you. That's it. I'm using photo mode. You forced my hand. If I could only remember where it was. Okay, bring it around, bring it around. I think that's as close as we're gonna get. So yeah, let's have this monster that only spawns in the Windward Plains. And, oh, hang on. Sorry, excuse me for just a moment. I am so sorry about that. Bring back the main view. Okay, yeah. I'm so sorry about that. It was my sister. I had to take that call. Anyway, as you can see here, Chupacabra only spawns in the Windward Plains and Wounded Hollow. So naturally we're going to find its eggs in the Scarlet Forest. Just like Gravios, who, you know what? Only spawns in the Oil Well Basin and, well, technically also Wyveria, the Windward Plains, or not the Windward Plains, words. I've already forgotten how to talk. 5 minutes on the phone, and my mouth already wants to just give up. And I think I was using my ears more than that for anything. Anyway. Chupacabra. I don't even remember if it can spawn in Wyveria based on tempered spawns. At least I don't recommend? Recollect? Remember? Oh. I don't remember. I don't think so. But I know one place it doesn't spawn, Scarlet Forest. Gravios. It can spawn in the Oil Well Basin, Wyveria, Wounded Hollow. Can't spawn in the Scarlet Forest. Wait. Brain? Aha! What the fuck did the biologist say about this one? Huh? What? Okay, maybe I'm going off on one ever so slightly, but just let me try to elucidate my thoughts here. Gravios technically is the adult form of Basarios. Don't ask me why in Monster Hunter a species changes as it goes through adolescence or other physical maturations. Don't ask me why. That's what it does, okay? There are no baby Gravios! That should be a Basarios! Basarios is the immature form of Gravios. The smaller, the younger. Why are you a baby Gravios? Who hurt you? Who zipped you up in fucking WinRAR? Don't you know that functionality is baked into later Windows releases? You don't even need goddamn WinRAR as a dedicated program anymore. Oh, who am I talking to? Imagining that people want to be on Windows 11 when you could have gone Linux. That's going to be a harder fight to play Switzerland on, if I can put it like that. Anyway, fuck you, Gravios! You should be a Basarios! And now for the little Raydal. Now this one I gotta see outside for myself. Can I just get a little bit? I'm just tapping my stick as little as I can get away with, and it's not helping the way I want to. But that will do. An Apex Predator, also largely exclusive to the Windward Plains. And it can't even spawn in Wyveria because it's an Apex. So this one's only Windward Plains and Wounded Hollow. I don't remember if Chupacabra can spawn in Wyveria, but I know all three of the Monksies you get eggs for can't spawn in the Scarlet Forest. So whose cradle were we robbing when we grabbed these eggs? I don't know. I guess it's better than having to have 5 separate egg quests, one for each major map. And then, you know, somebody would ask for a Jindahad or an Omega Planetes egg, so we'd have to have Rime Chain Valley as well. Am I forgetting anywhere else? Oh, right, of course. Zoshia's Den. Gotta have an infant equal dragon weapon. Just as the Wyverians intended. Ancient civilization, chibi murder machine. It just makes too much sense, don't you think? Anyway. Right, clipping textures, of course. Right now, I'm sorry, I'm putting your egg away. Do I want to go with Skyscale Rafa? Or... You know what? We've got the meat. Arby's. And now I can dress up my cat to match the occasion as well. Can't remember... I think this was it? Maybe you go with something a little more saturated on the blues. '77. Crank the or take the brightness down, actually. There we go. Now the purple doesn't match the weapon, though. Fuck. You know what? Back scratcher. And I've already changed over my bird. Funny enough, this is actually the color coordination I had planned for Dream Spell, but it works rather nicely on Flame Fade as well. I'm satisfied with that. So I use default coloring for Sakura Tide. I have this coloring set for both Flame Fate and Dream Spell. I don't know what I'm gonna do with Lumen Him. Maybe I'll just go as a Chocobo instead. I even like it as a Chocobo. God damn. It's times like this I wish I could use Do You Want to Ride This Chocobo? Or, no, the metal version, Crazy Chocobo. It's times like this I wish I could use that song without being immediately copy-stricken. I'll dream! I won't live it, but I'll dream. And of course, inspired by Pokemon's anime. I think this was... Was this Orange Islands or Indigo League? Where James dresses up as a Moltres. Where did that outfit come from? Straight out of his closet. You bet your booty he did. Flaming closet boga it is. And the cat just staring at the bouncing meat. Perfection. Is there any new BGM I want to try? Wait. Okay, I'm gonna rock this for a bit. It might be a little too epic for the tent, but we'll see. I made my hunter profile escape. I think this is manageable. Is it still... Oh, now you want to offer me a meal when I'm already 90 minutes up on timer. Fuck you, old woman. I know some people would say that both literally and figuratively. Have some standards. That's not quite the wrinkle in my plan. Anyway. This music might be... no, I previously had... Was it a 3 or a 4 theme? If not as good enough for the classic Monster Hunter themes, he can get this one. Yeah, just keep it on that for now. Wait, I didn't collect the others. Better. Legend, I will be with you later. I still need to get new materials. Actually, I do have something new I can craft with you right now. I haven't made any new equipment since last time. I've gathered some, but you'll see. Okay, woman, start hammering on the glass. Let's get cracking. Kraken as in cracking, not kraken like squid. There's cephalopods now. I gotta be specific. There we go. Another fancy design for a weapon I don't play. Ah. But at least I can go and fully upgrade it right now, and that fucking... sharpness, fucking Valstrax, motherfucker! That level of white sharp is reserved for a rocket dragon, okay? I don't care how much of a stupid evil genius design it is. That is Valstrax sharpness. Crimson Glow Valstrax. Or, I didn't use Crimson Glow Valstrax parts in Rise. Maybe I try that again, though. They're bringing Rise to PS Plus as a freebie next month. I already have it on Switch. Maybe I'll play it again on PS4. We'll see. But for now, let's actually make this with full triple slots straight out of an Ardean and no negative affinity. Yes, it also has no element and the attack isn't fantastic, but at the same point, if you just need raw and you're planning on using Shattering Reflection as a skill, don't ask where they're blowing the glass. Gemma in that outfit, it might cause some additional inquiries. For instance, why can't I get that Lagiacrus plushie? Excellent. A Rarity 8, fully upgraded greatsword that will gather dust. And now my wish list is empty. That right there! That... that is scarier to me than any boss I've fought in recent memory. Even 10 stars. 10-star Arkveld can kick my ass, but that notification was the problem. You saw Ferox and you came. Well, thank you very much, Emerald-Eyed Mosu. Hopefully you weren't expecting a Latin lesson. Or Ark Survival Evolved. Those seem to be the two most prominent references to my first name, and not an Ark player, unfortunately. I like dinosaurs. I never got into Ark, though. I'm not big on survival games. My only survival game that I kind of go back to is Palworld. Which, to an extent, you're training dinosaurs in Ark. Well, you're already here, might as well stay. Yo, that's a good attitude. I will not waste it even slightly. Instead, I'm going to go talk to a sponsored noodle event. I can't explain this one. Ichiran, actual IRL ramen brand. Really? Oh. Oh, this is like the rations then. Okay, so you don't purchase them individually. Instead, you just have to let them stockpile, build up and all. Well, shit, if I knew that, I would have started talking to you sooner. But what does it get you? I'm not going to use it right away because I still have a full 90-minute buff available. I don't recognize those skills. The first 2 food or drink items used in a quest can be used in extra time. Perhaps room for a little spider? Well, it wouldn't bug me in particular. First 2 food or drink items used in a quest can be used in extra time. So is that just 2 temporary procs of free meal then? How does that stack if I'm already running free meal 3 of 3? Using a food or drink item temporarily boosts focus strike wound damage, wound destruction damage, and part damage. I'm not using focus strike, okay? I guess they really want to push you towards... Was that a joke? It slipped right through the net, didn't it? Okay, well, maybe it's a little too... sticky a situation for the web. But I'm sure that spider would have just eaten up the bug joke, no problems. Okay, so right now it's looking like a lesser version of Free Meal, which I'm already running 3 of. Focus Strikes, which... I use Focus Strikes, but in a multiplayer hunt, I tend to give them to the other players. You said it shouldn't bug you, but it slipped through the net, huh? Foisted by my own thread. Fair enough. Like, Focus Strike's okay. Not bad, inherently. Just not something I rely on in my build. And then Sizzling Meal negates the effects of hot or cold conditions and increases defense while in such areas. Huh. So this is a strictly better version of adaptability. But then again, I guess if you're using Sizzling Meal instead of Hot Drink, that means you're more vulnerable to Frenzy if you fight a Gormagala or other frenzied monsters, which we're going to do. Honestly, I'm having trouble seeing the benefits of this. Maybe it's just because of the way I built my current character, but I don't need Free Meal. I don't rely on Focus Strikes, and adaptability is not that big of a problem. I already have ways to build up my defenses better. When we run out our current meal buff, however, I will check this out once just to see how they animated it. I will see that. You and Gore are great friends. The blind one? The golden one? The edgy Nephilim one? There's no Gormagal on the map right now. But I do have to go talk to Nadia. He slaps you slap him across the face with a big spinning shield. Oh, goody. The Charge Blade approach. Well, I'm going to hit him with this bell that has a skull in the face. You can't really see the face part of it because that's facing my spine. But he will nibble on my shoulder a little. It's probably a very fatty bite, though, going into the Geladron head. Okay, so the way I see it, we could either go into the new event quest, we could go to the optional that I didn't do last time with Nadia, or I have a third thing just set aside, ready to go, and it may or may not be a fair bit. Let me just go to OBS because I gotta manually activate these. So, you saw earlier that I had my equipment box warning I only have 5 open spaces. I was aware of this. This is why I've been doing minimal 9 and 10 star fights, because I don't want to get RNG talismans right now. What I've been doing is planning this form for a bit of data entry. You know what? Putting it at 100% is not actually giving you a representation of how big this is. Let me just pull it back a little bit. Let's go to 30%. 30. There we go. That is 346 columns of skills I am tracking. 346. And you might be wondering why they are tracked in such a way. Well, let's zoom in a bit. And this one you're actually not going to be able to read until I hover over the individual boxes. So let me just... I need to shuffle this around a bit. I almost maxed out my talismans. I have gone as long as I can without getting rid of any of my talismans. Oh! Hang on. Now it's a party. Thank you for the raid more. Hopefully you enjoyed your quarantine activities. Or were you just sick of it by the end? You're just in time. I knew it. As soon as I touched the holy notes, you're here. Oh. And thank you for the follow, Emerald-Eyed Mosu. Thank you very much. So yes, as I was saying before, let me zoom back out to 30. 346 columns in order to track all of the individual skills that are available on talismans, as well as the different increments to which they can be found. And if you want to actually read them all, even zoomed in at 100%, you're only going to be able to see it here in this section. So this is me making the chart as small as possible. You hate me! The sacred notes don't, though. The sacred notes love me. And they love you. It's only data. No spite. No malice. Just 9 hours of document prep last night. Actually, no, it was more than one night. Anyway, as you can see here, I was just talking about adaptability in reference to those noodles. So, adaptability 1 and adaptability 2, in the event that you get a talisman that could have one or the other. So, it tracks the volume of the skill as well. If you want to treat this as a more modest tracker, just for the skill being present at all, and not the gradation, I've also color-coded the sections below it, as you can see here. So, the first color is just both ranks of adaptability, same color. Next would be Adrenaline Rush. It's 5 ranks, all one color, but each of these is broken down into 5 individual columns. By the way, you don't think I heard you earlier, Monster Hunter Friday said, absolutely, sure. And then the same continues with Agitator, Airborne, Ambush, etc. throughout all the skills. So this is functionally, I want to say... Actually, I don't have to guess. I can give you the exact number. Equipment skills. 2, 3, 4, 5... 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 by 7 minus 1. That is 111 skills. And keep in mind, we are specifically talking about skills that are being tracked for talismans. There are other skills that are not currently featured in the chart. Great, you're going to go have some food. Excellent. Enjoy your meal. Okay. So yeah, 111 skills are being tracked here, but because of the way it breaks down to display the skills across multiple ranks, it results in 346 columns. And frankly, some of these are just not possible. Like, where's attack boost? To the best of my knowledge, with the current talisman systems, there is no way to get 5 ranks of attack boost on a single talisman. I think it's 3, maybe 4 it tops out at. So there's no reason to have this just for talismans, but I am planning on expanding this chart for future applications with build testing. So I will be inserting more skills over time. I'll probably have to redo the color sorting as well, but as it stands, I'm currently doing this for the sake of my talismans. I have not been able to insert anything just because setting up the charts was a big enough problem. If you think this is bad trying to display the columns, look at the rows. It keeps going and going and going and go. Oh, we hit another color. We went from rarity 5 to rarity 6. Woo! And going and going and going. It stopped going. Ah, there we go. And going and going. Oh, there's a little bit of rarity 7 and... Oops. A drop of rarity 8 snuck in. A drop! There's nothing! You have no idea what you're looking at, but you're paying attention. I made it, and I'm struggling to understand it. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to input at least 24 entries to make sure that I can explain myself and have a bit of a showing for it. If it doesn't work within just like... As you can see here, 4 columns, 6 rows. A single page of talismans is 24. And if I can bring up the notes as well, not just the spreadsheets. Bring it up right behind me. Yeah, put it on the right. These are my talisman metrics so far. I have 1,355 talismans. I crafted 58 of them. 59 if you want to count the Gifted Hope talisman. I don't count that, though. It's just, like, there's the RNG talismans and the non-RNG talismans. I haven't even fully upgraded all of my talismans because I haven't finished Arc-Tempered Arkfeld yet. So, that table is showing you the RNG talisman breakdown. I have 775 Rarity 5 talismans. Less than half of that for Rarity 6, 348. Less than half of that for Rarity 7. And less than a third of that for Rarity 8. Rarity 8 should be spiking once we are comfortably able to farm 10 stars, but this is the problem we've had up till this point. These are all the RNG talismans since the system was introduced. Oh, I have it. You and Ark are good friends as well, but you need to fix your armor first. Yeah, I want to do another build, because I think my solo play build has not properly been updated since Raydao Gamma. I've mostly been running my multiplayer build, and it suffers when I'm in single player. So, it still has applications if I'm running with support hunters, but I would like to actually be able to play solo again, so yeah, I've got to update this. You couldn't actually see what I was showing you, because I forgot I have a spreadsheet and my notes blocking the entire screen. Let me try that again, this time with my attention span. This was my solo set the last time I made any major revisions to it. I think it couldn't have been before... it couldn't have been any later than Uthduna Gamma. So the Arc-Tempered Uthduna fight. 8-star Arc-Tempered, by the way. Now we're on 10-star Uthduna. Yeah, this just does not work for me anymore. It's not enough. It was having trouble with 8-star hunts, and now we're on 10 stars. Master rank is just going to be taking a sledgehammer to the teeth the entire time. Oh, ads. I'm sorry about that. You're free now. Good.
Yeah, I'm just saying that
this solo set I've not made any major revisions to since it couldn't be later than Arc-Tempered Uthduna, which is an 8-star. So it definitely doesn't keep up against 10-star monsters, at least not with my skill level or lack thereof. So them's the problem right there. Yep. I need to redo my solo set, and I need to try getting more of the, I think there's only 2 armor sets I don't have access to right now. The Nadia set, which could just be cosmetic for all I know, and Arkfeld Gamma. I need to see some of those pieces, and then I'll know what I'm experimenting with for both my solo and my multiplayer sets. You're working on your solo tank set. Nice. I wanted to play a tank for so damn long in World back in 2018. I shit you not. 3 years. Actually, I'll be specific. 34 and a half months. It was close to 35. I'll go down, though. I'll say like 34 or closer, just to round down and give them a bit of credit. I spent 34 months wanting to play a lance, a gun lance, a sword and shield. Hell, even some flavors of heavy bowgun. I just wanted a shield decoration. For 34 months. Almost 3 years. It never dropped. And I won't forgive them. You know why I won't forgive them, though? Because it still never dropped. I lost count of how many hours I played in Monster Hunter World and Iceborne. I've never seen a shield jewel drop once. I've only gotten it because in the Fatalis update for Iceborne, they made it craftable. It's like, what was I going to do before that? Run Uragon 3-piece? It's so stifling. It's like, ah yes, I'm going to run Uragon 3-piece in the Monster Hunter that specifically focuses most on Elder Dragons. Yeah, that didn't work out. No. In World, you mained Gunlance, Dual Blade, SNS, and Glaive. My main has been Hunting Horn for as long as I can remember. I kind of became a one-trick with it after World, but in World I was experimenting more, and I played Monster Hunters before World. I started with Freedom Unite. You barely have decos in World. That's what happens when you make decorations almost purely RNG, and the crafting options are trash. Oh, do you want to use the Elder Melder for your decorations? You're gonna farm for a couple hours for a chance at a decoration. By the way, we also have the results hard-coded, so you can't soft reset for that. You know, for fun. Where was I? I went off on too many tangents. I can't circle back. Help me. Right, talismans. Okay. So, you know, we can do a little bit of quick math here. And let's see. 36 divided by 1296. Yeah, unfortunately, that seems very right. 0.02777, the sevens keep repeating. So let's just say 0.278, for convenience sake. And we'll round that up. 0.03. 3% of all talismans I've gotten to this point are rarity 8. And that includes the best one I've had drop on me, which was from a goddamn egg quest. The vast supermajority of talismans I've gotten, I can't use, practically. You get carried by your ability to dodge into the monster so that they can magically not hit you anymore. Oh, you're giving me hopes and dreams back in... It was between the original release of Behemoth and I think the Extreme release. Extremeth was so damn bad in base world that they nerfed Temporal Mantle from timer-based to proc-based. That is how bad the Extremeth fight was. I still did it, but I've done it twice. Maybe 3 times? I honestly can't remember if I did it in my last PC run. I know I've done it at least twice. Extremeth is just pain. You hate Behemoth so much you didn't even attempt Extreme. Well, yeah, but layered Draken armor. You know, for all the Insect Glaive players that I'm not. After you got the full armor set in Glaive, you said, fuck all hell no. Yeah, I don't blame you for that one. It was mostly just me deciding, there's a thing I can complete. I'm gonna complete it. And my friends also wanted me to run a Deviljho Hunting Horn, so I was helping them, and they did the DPS. You know what my build was at the time? Fungiform 3, Wide Range 5, Deviljho Hunting Horn. Nothing else mattered to anybody else in the hunt. I could have probably just only had those 3 things set up and run otherwise naked. It worked. I was doing, if I'm optimistic, 5% of the damage in that hunt. It was me, 2 heavy bow guns, 1 gunlance, or I think he started gunlance and then went to light bowgun. You figure the gunlance would have gone heavy as well, but no. Yeah, bowguns, gunlance, light... And here's me just duding on my pickle. It was a massacre! We still barely cleared! Because I recorded that. I think I still have the video somewhere. It's not on the YouTube channel right now, though. But that fight was a massacre. I didn't even notice 2 people carded before the end. I was just trying to keep everybody alive, and, you know, the corpses kind of... they're off to the side. I wasn't ignoring them necessarily. I guess it was just too much shit blowing up all at once. I couldn't even see the bodies. And that same hunt as well. Oh, that same goddamn hunt. The final Ecliptic Meteor. It fell on top of the shield, the meteor blocking it. There was nowhere safe to stand. I gambled. I stood next to it, but I couldn't time the emote properly. I couldn't dodge it. I had to hide. But literally, Ecliptic Meteor on top of the meteor that was supposed to save us. Like, I'm not sure we could have targeted that any closer to the exact center than we got. Miraculously, we lived. GOG smiled on us. Because the rest of the fight sure as hell didn't. I have that video somewhere. I should look for that. I'll figure it out. But yeah, as long as we're in here, we can also get some other numbers for this chart. Default rarity sorting, go back to first page. We are on default, right? There's the Hope Talisman. Okay. The default sorting has them not organized in a way that's very conducive to counting, so... Maybe I will come back to add these metrics later. But for now, what I want to focus on is the favoritism for certain weapons, either from me or from Monhun. Because not everybody got equal treatment in this game. Bring back the notepad on the right. There we go. Now, pendants, I might actually have to update that. I can't remember if it's supposed to be 55 with or without those last two egg pendants, so it might be 57. Palico gear, this is a non-factor for me, because it doesn't count towards your equipment storage. But even then, I've made almost all the Palico gear available to me. The only things that I could make that I haven't yet would be Archveld Gamma. And that is a total of 244. It's not just the fact that there is no customization on it, like the Ardian or the Gogma Ardian system, or the RNG Talismans. It's also the fact that Palico just has fewer pieces per set and fewer sets overall. Talismans will go to a bigger breakdown later. For armor, though, for me, I was worried about whether or not I would have to sell or just otherwise get rid of all of my low-rank armor, whether that was a significant chunk of my item storage. My low-rank armor is 147 total, and I made one of every set in low-rank. I didn't make both male and female because I knew it wouldn't unlock layered, but I wanted to make at least one of every set available in low-rank before moving on. That's 5-6% of my total storage. We're talking 147 out of 2,394. 2,395 now, since I made the Greatsword. This is a statistical blip. Like, if I had to start getting rid of some pieces of high-rank armor, I've unlocked all of the cosmetic options, again, except for Gamma Archveld. So I could probably get rid of a good chunk of my high rank. And I could very easily get rid of most to all of my low rank. But that's not where the problem is with my storage. It's talismans. Well, what about weapons? How many weapons do you have? 148. I only have one more weapon than I do all of my low rank armor. And you know what? I'll give weapons credit because that weapon number should actually be 149 since I made that greatsword just now. I have 2 more weapons total across all 14 categories than I do all of my individual low rank armor pieces. And also, this is something that just kind of stood out to me. Maybe it's a big deal to you, maybe it's not. The favoritism towards certain body parts with armor. Like, if you're going to make any piece of armor for an event, or just an event, a festival, you name it, it seems like they lean heavier on helmets than anything else. And my suspicion is that this is due to them adding glasses customization for Alma, and then making it so that any glasses you can customize onto Alma, you yourself can also use. But does that cover 30, 40 pieces of discrepancy between them? Like, arms are the least available piece, where they're tied for least in low rank, 29, 29, and 29. In low rank for head and legs, those are the only ones that cracked 30. You have these 3 parts that are 29, sub 30 for low rank equipment. Arms gets the least out of all of them for both high rank and low rank. In low rank, it's a tie. In high rank, it's got a lead, or in this case, a significant deficit. 139. Meanwhile, high rank helmets, 176. 37 more helmets than gloves. I guess we should be lucky they don't count gloves in pairs for the arms. So yeah, low rank is fairly concentrated, and it's mostly an even distribution in low rank. Once you get to high rank, though, once you have events that start favoring certain parts, the helmet is the easiest to do a one-off with. Again, I think that's mostly due to Glass's customization with your handler, who isn't even my handler now, because I use Eric, not Alma. Where's the option to have a fashion show with my twink? I can only change his costume when there's a new festival, or if I spend extra money on it? No. Let me put extra glasses on him. He's not blind enough. Okay. But then we move on to weapons. Now, I'm going to get this one out of the way from the beginning. I am a filthy one-trick, and I apologize for nothing. I have 52 hunting horns. Between Gogma Ardian and regular Ardian, I have 25 of them. That includes 2 Rarity 6 and 2 Rarity 7 versions. Both of them were raw, 1 attack and 1 affinity for each, so that's 4 of them. And then for the remaining 21, I only fully invested in... I believe it was a vanilla raw with an attack focus on it. Other than that, I mostly just did Gogma Ardian to unlock the cosmetics. For Ardian, I made 1 set melee, or 1 set raw focused and 1 set affinity focused. So that was 2 of each Ardian for Rarity 8, which automatically jumps you to combined statuses and elements plus raw. That's 10, 20 out of the 25. That's 4 for Rarity 6 and Rarity 7. And I did 1 extra that I actually fully invested into. Now, if you go to Santiago, the supply ship, he only sells 1 hunting horn total. There's other weapons here in the listing that the support ship will bring you 4 options. Yeah, bow will give you 4 options. Heavy bowgun will give you 5. But Santiago will only sell you a single hunting horn. And you buy up all of these, naturally, so that he stops bringing you weapons that are frankly irrelevant. You just try to get them out of his inventory so he cycles to bring you more useful stuff. Here's an example. Greatsword. Greatsword is a weapon I have not touched in... I used it a bit in the betas, and I've used it in arenas where I don't have a hunting horn option. Greatsword is a category I am moderately comfortable with. I still wouldn't say I'm good at it, but I comprehend enough I can get by. Greatsword is second only to Insect Glaive, and Insect Glaive is in here because Kinsects are also counted in the same section of the equipment box. So if you take out the Kinsects, I have 7 Kinsects, 7 Glaives here, and 13 Kinsects. So Greatsword has gotten the most Greatsword options by a country mile. I made 1 Gogma Ardian fully upgraded so I could unlock the layered option. I bought 4 from the support ship, just to get them out of the inventory, and then 4 more that were crafted for events. Let's see. The Freezer Spear Tuna. A weapon made from the fishing minigame. It's the only... I'm sorry about that. The Fish Sword. The Swordfish, if you will. The only weapon that gets to be crafted from the non-combat sections of the game. purely fission. And unfortunately, this fission blew up in my face. The Giant Jawblade. This is from the Weapon Workshop tree. True Shadowbringer from the Final Fantasy event. Only 2 of the 14 categories of weapon got new weapons in the Final Fantasy XIV crossover with Omega Planetes. And you know what the other one is? I just told you, Insect Glaive, because it's the second closest. Actually, no. I think, I can actually just look at this. I assembled the charts for a reason. Sword and Shield and Dual Blades are actually tied for second and third place. So, Insect Glaive, if not for the fact of Kinsects being in the equipment slots, it would be tied for fourth. If you include Kinsects, then it's an easy second. So yeah. Fishing, Weapon Workshop, Final Fantasy crossover, Design Contest, and Gogma Ardian. This is 5 out of the 9, now 10. These are the 4 that I purchased, and I still have the original Hope Blade, in case I ever wanted to go back and try a truly from-scratch build to relearn the weapons from the ground up. Okay, you get unique stuff in the base game, you get unique stuff with events. You also get a bunch of options you can just straight up buy from the support ship once you're in high rank, so... Okay, Greatsword gets a bunch, and Hunting Horn does not. I had to make most of these. And when I say most of them, you can see here. Ardian and Gogma Ardian are also functionally crafted. So that would be 31 minus the 1 that you get from the beginning with your Hope set. 30. I made 30 different Hunting Horns. Wait, Brain, can I count? Oh my god, I'm actually stupid. 15 plus 10, 25 plus 26, 51. I'm still on the notes? This is the halfway point. You were warned. I told you how much I assembled. Anyway, you interrupted me doing basic addition, so now I have to start from scratch, and it's all your fault. 15 plus 10 equals 25. Plus 26, 51, minus 1 for the Hope offset, so that brings us to an even 50. I crafted 50 Hunting Horns. Half of them are from the endgame grind of Ardian and Gogma Ardian. Only 1 was from the support ship, if you want to purchase. Do you know how many of these are actually unique to events or post-launch support? Let's go over them. Original, support ship, craft, 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 craft. How do you count the post-launch updates, though? Well, everybody got a Zoshia weapon, everybody got a Mizusune, everybody got a Seregios, everybody got a Lagiacrus. I'm not counting these. These are all crafted, even if they are post-launch. Everybody got these. So it's not like Hunting Horn got done any favorites here. No favors, not a 1. Craft, 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 craft. Craft, 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 craft. Craft, 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 craft. And also, I will say this, for the Balahara and the Queen Vespoid Horn, you do actually get 2 layered for each of these Hunting Horns. That's all the credit I can give you. Did you notice anything missing? Nothing for events. Nothing for crossovers. And only 1 option you can get from Santiago. By the way, Moore, that's your husband. I'm blaming him. You worry about me sometimes. Only some? I'll have to try harder. Anyway. So yeah, if you want to know why I think Greatsword has favoritism, think, as if it isn't the only one of the 14 major weapon categories that the player character actually gets to use in a cutscene. Every other cutscene in Wilds, your weapon is strapped to your back if it's there at all, and you just use the knife or the slinger. Greatsword is the only one of the 14 categories that the hunter actually uses, and it's prior to you actually getting to choose a weapon. It's just your default when you're first arriving on the sand ship. Charging into a herd of Balahara to rescue the child that is clearly copy infringing the Nora costumes from Horizon Zero Dawn. But you know what? We can't sue the child yet. There's bigger problems. Hey, don't you dare talk about him like that. Would you rather I went to ogle him in person? Favoritism for real, for real. Like, okay, longsword. Event. Gogma Ardian. Support ship, support ship, support ship, support ship. This is probably the least favoritism I could ever expect out of longsword. Only one event-exclusive weapon. You've got more options than others, though. Let's go Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield actually got more than I would have expected. Event. Crossover. Event. Gogma Ardian. And 3 from the support ship. Okay, let's go dual blades, then. I should probably be highlighting these as I'm going past. Weapon Workshop, a unique tree. Event. Gogma Ardian. And then 4 from the support ship and the originals. Hammer got done so damn dirty, it's disturbing. Like, listen. There's no polite way to say this. I think Hammer actually got the least given to it at a point where it's the most popular, including the directors of the game. The creators are supposedly the biggest Hammer fans out there right now. It got nothing. It got a Gogma Ardian, 3 from the support ship, and then the vanilla. If it wasn't for the fact that Hunting Horn got 1 total from the support ship, this might actually be 13th place in terms of actually getting anything in Wilds. But I'll have to walk that back maybe. We'll see more. Because, at a glance, of all things, Chargeblade and Swax might also be screwed. And Lance, to a lesser extent. But yeah, Hammer got fucked. If Hunting Horn is 14th place, Hammer looks like it's competing right now for either 11th, 12th, or 13th. I've already showed Hunting Horn, so now we'll go to Lance. Weapon Workshop, Gogma Ardian, and 2 support ships. You know what? I'm flat out going to say it. Lance got done better than Hammer in this case, because at least it got one unique tree with Weapon Workshop. And it's a returning weapon as well. It's Fabius's. It's the Ace Lancer. Now we go to Gunlance. Event. Gogma Ardian. 3 support ship. And the original. Switch Axe, Gogma Ardian, 3 support ship, 1 original. So Switch Axe is tied with Hammer for getting screwed. Let's see Chargeblade. Gogma, 3 supports, and 1 original. I didn't imagine it would ever become like this, but Chargeblade getting screwed over. Chargeblade. This is the DPS addict weapon. Ever since World, people are just hooked on this thing for stupid amounts of damage. No, mine. Damn, Rip. I feel like this is more Electro and RNG than anything else. RNG and favoritism. I can do both. Insect Glaive. Now, I've already said that the major part of this that skews is because of the Kinsects themselves. These take up equipment slots. And we're still at a point where they can only be a maximum of rarity 4. Woo, the best one! It's also blown up so much by these Kinsects that it's artificially in second place of getting the most support. Second only to Greatsword. If you remove the Kinsects, though, it does get pushed down to, I believe, 4th place. It depends on how you want to treat Sword and Shield, for example. But yeah, as you can see here, unique tree, and it's also available as basically an exclusive version of the NPC weapons, where they say they don't have weapons, but they still have this, and you can repurpose it. Then you have a crossover event weapon. Then you have Gogma Ardian. Then you have support ship, and the original. Also, yes, all of these Kinsects, including a Kinsect that is from an event crossover. So not only do you get a unique crossover weapon, you also get a unique crossover Kinsect. Considering how much people were bitching and moaning about focus mode on Insect Glaive back in the beta, this is a shocking amount of favoritism for the weapon. Don't ruin your Delulu. I'm not ruining it. Math is ruining it. And I'm addicted to math. Now we go to the bowgun. Light bowgun, surprisingly, got less favorability than heavy bowgun. It's hard to say. I don't remember bowgun that much in Rise. But as far as World into Wilds is concerned, more people were favoring heavy bowgun going in versus light bowgun. Like, light bowgun had increased mobility, but heavy bowgun also had cluster ammo. I don't know that much about bowguns in Wild, though, so I'm not going to overstep my thing here. But what I wanted to point out is Gogma Ardian, 3 from the support ship, and then 1 from the original distribution. Versus heavy bowgun, 1 Gogma Ardian, 5 from the support ship, and then 1 from the original set. So it gets just more from the support ship. It's not getting favored that much otherwise. And I have seen some crazy numbers being put out by light bowgunners on AT Arkveld. Like, I kid you not, people were initially flagging light bowgunners for hacking on AT Arkveld because they were, in less than a week of it coming out, getting times that were sub 3 minutes. And just last night, I saw a run, solo, light bowgunner, in under 1:40. Bitch, it takes me 1:40 just to set up before I can even start fighting Arc-Tempered Arkveld. And you cleared it? You cleared in that time! So yeah, for everybody saying that light bowgun and heavy bowgun are just getting screwed overall this generation, no. They have got their options thrown into the goddamn dumpster. They have fucking nothing to choose from. Except for possibly the fastest clearing weapon in the game. How? You are on the cusp of doing 90-second clears on a 10-star Arc-Tempered monster that hasn't even been in the game for a week yet. How? How did you do this? But that's bowguns. You should have seen the heavy bowgun spam in World. Like, I was already talking earlier about my Behemoth runs. Especially Extreme Behemoth. Where it was just me as a support with wide range and my hunting horn and 3 bowgunners constantly bombing it like they owed America oil. Like, It was a massacre! And we still barely survived. It's okay, I can calm down now. It's just a game. My sanity is not a game! They're the ones that keep poking it! And the last one, Bo. Before I forget. Gogma Ardian, 4 support ship options, and just 1 from the original. Also, side note, when I was assembling the list, I realized I actually had several flags on Ardian, and there were 2 categories that were missing Gogma Ardian. It's like, oh yeah, I forgot to actually finish going down the entire list. I never, well, until very recently, I didn't upgrade my Ardian heavy bowgun and my Ardian bow into actual Gogma Ardian. But I fixed that since. So we've gone over the favoritism towards certain body parts and armor across the different ranks. We've gone over the 14 weapon categories. Still, the major contributor to my equipment box restriction has to be... Update that. There we go. I can take that off the list. I already showed off the... Where is it? Pendants, I'm just going to put a modifier in here. Because I showed off those last 2 pendants from the Monsties, courtesy of the crossover with Stories 3. So I just take that off the list there and put it in the correct category. So this is what we have remaining to do the calcs for. I haven't done the layered armor calculations. The only thing I'm missing right now would be Nadia and Archiveld Gamma. Everything else I've unlocked for layered, so this is not taking up equipment box space. It's not something that significant. Items in terms of parts, perishables, valuables to trade in. This is not counting towards your box space in the same way, so it's not factored in. Even though endemic life and aquatic life aren't counting towards your equipment box, they do have finite space, so I might want to redo those. In fact, I can do that right now. Before I forget, since we've been killing time, this guy should have had time to stock more vouchers. What? Oh, you little shit. You don't actually stock on time like the Ration Center. You're stocking based on missions passed or something, aren't you? We'll get you fixed, don't you worry. Yeah, this guy was already close to full. That's 8 rations total, so... There was definitely enough time wasted. No, don't get distracted. Don't do that hunt just yet. Okay. I was thinking fucking hunt, and I already had hunt formed in my mouth, but I had to stop the F because I was just going to call it a funt. I don't know if that means I need to get kicked in the funt, or I just am one. Okay. Right, we're doing the endemic counting. Okay. Field guide, endemic life. Where is it? Where is it? I have to go back to the Windward Plains, that's right. I've been stockpiling enough of the crabs, so... You love when you can see the screen, can't you? I'll take it down when I'm good and ready. You deserve... Fuck you. Not there. Gemma, can your... Good, your forge finished loading in. I hate for that to melt down. Okay, and now this can go away for a minute. You want to see too? Okay, you can look. I'm not sure if... Oh, there's the number stored. 1122 out of 2000. Okay. That was quicker than I expected. And it's actually separate metrics for both aquatic and just regular endemic. So I'm not at risk of running out of space anytime soon on either of these. Good. Well, that was anticlimactic. But it had to be done. So I can just take those off the list. And I'm bringing back the notes immediately. You had it too good for too long. No more seeing things. This was something that kind of jumped out at me as I was going over the spreadsheet. I can bring that back as well. There we go. 111 skills being counted across the 346 different columns at different gradations. And there's actually 3 skills that can be on RNG talismans that actually don't have a decoration. If I'm not mistaken, all of these are skills that max out at 3 ranks. I'm going to check, but you don't get to see. I'm kidding. Blight resistance. There's really no reason they need to make this an RG talisman since it seemed relatively easy to craft. I don't remember what the final components were. I think it was one of the ATs? Or was it Omega Planetes? Whatever. The point is you can already max out your Blight fairly easily. I don't think you can get it on an RNG talisman with 3 ranks, but you can get it with 2. And it's easier to... Well, actually, that's probably the most confusing part of it, because unless you're running armor pieces specifically with Blight Resistance built into it, it's hard to max out. I haven't run Blight Resistance in a hot minute, but the fact of the matter is, there's no decoration for this in Wilds. So either you get it on your talisman, or you get it on your armor. So this is a skill I might actually have to worry about how I track down. And for the next one, we have Convert Element. This is just a rare skill in general. Like, unless they put this on AT Arkveld, the Rarity 8, the max level talisman that you can craft for this, only gets you 2 out of 3 skills for it. None of my RNG talismans even have more than 1 rank of it. And again, it's a 3-rank skill. What's the last one? Elemental Absorption. There we go. Again, another skill. Maximum Rarity Talisman, still only 2 ranks. And for the RNG Talismans, it seems like you... At least for my Rarity 7 stuff, even 1 Rarity 8, only 1 rank. That skill is weighted very rarely. So, surprisingly, these 3 skills, no decorations, and frankly, there's not a good economy on fitting them in with talismans either. So I still need to do AT Arkveld, I need to do Nadia. Those are things from last week I just haven't gotten around to yet. I also need to do the stuff they just added with week 2. I've already shown off the Noodle Cat, but I haven't shown off the new Feast because I haven't needed to eat anything yet. We've been going for how damn long? We've been going for almost an hour and a half, and I still haven't got to do any actual hunting yet because I'm going over too many damn notes. Too long. You know what? Good reason to drink. Everyone hydrate. Or if you insist on being different for difference's sake, loadrate. Bitch, You can say ass, I know. I am what I eat. Don't worry about it. Just say it. This isn't TikTok. So yeah, we need to go for the new event quest, and we need to check out those ramen meals that don't really seem like they have good meal buffs, but I want to check it out anyway. Arkveld. And there's another new event quest. I'm not being mean to you in particular. I'm treating you like everybody else. You just have my full attention. My condolences. So I think that's most of what we could consider pertinent. Which means we have to go back to the talisman calcs now. And the reason I need to do these talisman calculations is because, in terms of equipment storage, revert to default, I have 5 open slots left. And frankly, I barely use my RNG talismans. Let me actually show you. Hang on. It's this bad. You get 100 pages of storage, 24 items per page, total of 2,400 slots in equipment box, and I'm down to 5. And just for my own sake of sanity, when did they introduce the RNG talismans in Wilds? Was that the Lagiacrus and Seregios update? Patch 1.021, when was it though? August. Introduction of 9-star monsters. New talisman system. Okay, this is the update I was looking for, August 13th. So this is from September, October, November, December, January, February. This is 6 months of talismans. Blink twice if I need help. How many multiples of 2? Is it odd or even more infuriating? This is 6 months of talismans. And we just run the number really quick through here. 59 divided by 1355. Less than 5% of my talismans are crafted. This is overwhelmingly an RNG matter. If you want the exact number, 0.0435424354243543542. Repeating. Ah! Let's just round it up. 0.044. I'll round it up. It's still less than 5%. And they haven't added that many talismans in the process. They've added new tiers, new rarity levels for talismans. But not a lot of new skills that were added actually created new talismans. Those became armor exclusive. Like, there's talk of the USJ event coming soon, and that's getting a water equivalent to Lagiacrus's electric skill, or thunder. And neither of those skills is on a talisman. Those are purely armor set bonuses. So what I'm going to do right now, just for the sake of finding out if this spreadsheet actually works the way I'm intending it, I'm going to submit one full page of talismans to the chart, and then I'm going to dismantle all of them. Which means we're going to Suja. Nothing else interesting on the map. Okay. Let me take away the notes before I forget. What did I just click? I just clicked back into the window, but it selected something. Hopefully it was the correct place. Oh my god, thank you! Don't worry, you'll regret having eyes by the end of it. Oh. Something new at the Melder. I'm never here, so... Every Melder update is new updates to me. Oh, that's right, you got something with Gogma Ardian parts. Yeah, listen, I'm kind of done with the Gogma Ardian system. Maybe I can get a better hunting horn option for it, but as it stands, it's not really my cup of tea. But I'll take a look. Talisman melding. Use appraised talismans. Glowing stone versus use items. Just stick with appraised talismans, yeah. Okay, we are back in the default sort order. If I'm throwing in rarity 5 talismans, it's going to be 10 a pop for another attempt. Well, I'm going to keep the spreadsheet hidden while I do this, but we're going to just, as I said, I'm going to put 24 in here, one full page of equipments, and we'll see how that shakes out. Actually, no, it has to be in a multiple of 10. So, what's the difference between rarity 5, 6, 7, and 8? Oh boy, a new rarity! 3. Fuck. The one talisman I've actually been using from the RNG system, and it has 2 dead ranks of evade window, because my armor is already at 4 out of 5 evade window. This was the best talisman I got until very recently. And the worst thing is that rarity 8 talisman might not even be good for me, in particular, because I have self-improvement for the hunting horn. I don't need... Doubles to 6 for... Okay. What about rarity 8? Okay, so a rarity 8 you can throw back and theoretically get 1 of anything. Theoretically. But the odds are not in your favor. Also, considering I'm trying to open up some equipment space, for every 10 of these I kick in, I get 1 back. If I throw in 20, I only get 18 inventory freed up. And that's 23, still not even a full page. I might do 30, or I might throw in some higher rarity ones. But as long as I don't look at your character, you should be fine. Nope. I've already got too many windows open. I'm not going to move my model. I was just going to fill the face with my... Oh, no. You're lucky I am juggling too many plates right now. Otherwise, I would have just filled the entire screen with my face. Brain? Right. Scaling down on talismans is not the same as opening up entire pages, because for every 10 I lose in these calcs, I'm going to gain 1 back. And that's assuming I just do rarity 5. I'm probably going to be culling some rarity 6 and 7 as well. I haven't culled any rarity 8. I haven't culled any talismans this far. The Elder Melder basically has never met me. So she's about to get a Rude Awakening. Oh, please, you'd rather have my model cover the entire screen than see that jelly head. Just for that, I'm going to find a PNG off of Google Image Search, and I'm going to paste it over my model. No, don't, I dare. Please, you beg. Oh, well. As long as you're on your knees, I can find some satisfaction. Okay, you can beg. I still have the tab open, though. I can grab this later if I change my mind. You don't have to give me anything. Just your trepidation. That persistent little hum of fear in the background. That'll last me. But I do accept bribes. Let's see. Is there any UK exclusive Bayonetta merch I could extort out of you? Well, not anymore. Problem for another day. Now for the data entry section of the stream. I think we're going to cull 30 rarity 5s. So that will open up 27 inventory slots. That'll give us room for at least 2 9-star hunts. I actually need to add some columns here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, again, this is a matter of me adding categories that are not relevant to talismans, but might be useful in terms of additional tracking in the future. So, when I have... As far as I know, weapon decoration slots on Rarity 8 talismans only go up to singles. I don't know if they can be doubles or triples on lower rarity. Size 3. Size 2. Size 1. Armor. A little bit of formatting. I'll do that font in white, and I'll do a purple fill. And this one, I'll keep it in... Let's just go back to red. Yeah, I've stretched the category. Okay. And keep that in black. So I'm going to make the spreadsheet visible again. There we go. You know what? You think you're just going to nap a bit? Please don't get another random that'll explode my head. I will try not to, but the RNG sensor is not my friend. I will make promises. It won't keep them. But yeah, as you can see here, I just added 6 new columns for the decoration slottage available on the talismans. I didn't have these on here prior, so updating in real time. So let's see. This has a single 2 slot, and it looks like it is only for armor. One rank of crit draw. And 3 ranks of geologist. Geologist is not a scarce enough skill that I would want to waste 3 ranks of an RG talisman on it, so Geologist I got no problems getting rid of. Oh, there we go. 3 ranks. Oh, copy that one. And since I've already gone through the trouble of setting up the document ahead of time, that's as easy as it has to be for setting up a new talisman. It's going to be a lot more annoying the further down the list I get, but I also have Sheet 2 set up where I can just copy-paste the numbers with the proper text and fill. So as long as I can track down the proper column, I can just bring it down. I don't have to worry about copy-pasting, that kind of stuff. Or I can do it at a later time. Okay, now we move on to entry 2, R5, number 002. A single 3-slot armor skill. 1 rank of Evade Extender. Even though the list does not have them in purely alphabetized order for equipment skills, that is how my chart is set up. Was it Evade Extender or... yeah, Evade Extender. Oh, wrong thing. The chart is not the problem right now. It's me trying to figure out how to use the damn thing I built. That is the problem. Okay, Evade Extender, now Maximum Might. Maximum Might, 1 rank. And now Paralysis Attack. One rank. Again, copy the wrong thing. That's entry number 2. Earliest one on this one is going... actually, I need to do the slottage as well. There's a reason I add these categories. Okay. 1-2 slot. 1-1 slot. Now we jump to Poison Resistance. Poison Resistance, 2 slots. Again, I need to actually copy over the colored section. Okay. Poison 2, next Speed Sharpening 1. And, yep. Lastly, Survival Expert 2. Okay, that's all of them. Now we move on to entry 4. Another 2 and another 1. Earliest here is Coalescence, 1 rank. Still in the correct section. Yep. Offensive guard, rank 1. Copy the wrong thing again. And lastly, 2 ranks of tool specialist. This might not seem like much now, but as I add everything to the spreadsheet, I think we're going to be able to extrapolate more meaningful results based on 1 year of farming talismans. The first half of a year, actually, considering, August. 6 months, 2 weeks, approximately. If I counted tomorrow, it would be exactly that, actually. Oh well. Tomorrow hasn't happened yet. Today is the current problem. So that's entry number 4. And this is already where I'm starting to have conniptions about my own lack of knowledge on certain skills, mainly because of certain weapons, certain playstyles that I don't use that often, and I haven't tried them yet in Wilds. It's like, I haven't been using that much Elemental. I've been using more Status than anything else. Currently using Gramclang for Dragon Element, that's the closest I've gotten. So a skill like Coalescence, I don't know if I'm weighing that properly. Tool Specialist, I've only been using for my Gathering set. So I don't know about reliance on things like, say, Frenzy Mantle. I don't know how to weight Antivirus either, because, again, I've not been using Frenzy Mantle. And this one, on the surface, seems like it's a good talisman. But these are skills I also don't fall back on that often. Maximum Might, Resentment, Critical Eye is the only one I think I could comfortably have an opinion on. Like, Resentment, I'm always topping off my health. I try not to leave that much red bar. And Maximum Might, again, I could probably make use of this. I don't use that much of my stamina. Except for dodging, really. So this seems like it's good on the surface, but I'm making a judgment call here and assuming that it's just plain worse than other options I have available to me. You piece of shit, I recognize you. I know your exact skill distribution. I know your 1 weapon deco slot. I know you. I don't even have to double guess which one you are. And just so my rage sounds slightly less psychotic, where's my arrow? Ah, curse her. Curse her? Curse her! That one! No, you moved the cursor when I tabbed out. This one. This exact charm. You know what you did. Anyway, back to the spreadsheet. I lost my cursor again. Damn it! Don't move. Its vision is based on movement. Fuck you. Okay. A single 2 slot. Crit Eye will appear first. 1 rank. Next up, Maximum Might. 1 rank. Maximum Might, 1 rank. Last is Resentment. One rank. And now on to number 6. Okay. A single rarity 3 in armor. Artillery. Evade window. 2 ranks of evade window. Unfortunately, between artillery and the sleep resistance, and only 1 decoration, even if it's a 3 slot, seems like a pretty safe bet. Evade window. I'm going to keep making that mistake the entire time, by the way. It's not a bit. I just keep grabbing the exact category as soon as I see my... I should have just color-coded each individual category as well. This is already hard enough to look at. Whatever. 2 ranks of evade window. And the last is 2 levels of sleep resistance. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, this is something I actually have to revise because I was just looking at it and realized I haven't been changing these numbers as I drag them down. That should be a 1, 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 that should be a 1. Now that we're getting to Rarity 5, number 7, I copied over the red there because, again, it's 1 slots, but it's slots, plural. I have 2 1 slots in the armor category. So, copy that over. And now the earliest that appears in alphabetization is Ironskin. Next up is Para Resistance. And lastly, Protective Polish with a single rank. Okay. Next up, we have a single 2 slot. First one to appear is going to be Ambush. It's not a bit! I just keep making the same mistake. Copying the section without the proper color formatting. Brain. Brain is not helping me right now. Just go to Bludgeoner. I'll figure it out for later. Bludgeoner, 1 rank. And then 2 ranks of Marathon Runner. Okay. This one looks like it might be theoretically useful, but in practice, I doubt it. 3 ranks of Intimidator and a 2 slots. It would be useful for a gathering set, not really for fighting. Okay, row 12. Intimidator, max rank. And then 1 rank of Punishing Draw. Okay. Item Prolonger appears first alphabetically, 3 ranks. Max rank. Keep goddamn doing it. And then 1 rank of Poison Attack. Okay. And with all of that entry you just saw, that is enough to make a single glowing stone out of Rarity 5 talismans while tracked. Look, I'm going to keep my word. I'm going to do this with the same metric to cover the full 6 months and then some of RNG talismans. But I'm only going to be tracking the first 6 months. I'm not going to do this kind of statistical breakdown or tracking for the entire thing, because it's just so much damn information. Too many talismans. I should have just been culling them from the beginning, but I figured as long as I had this big horde, I might as well get some use out of it. So let me see if I can't just... one. Delete that. Open another one. Okay. Starting at row 1, no, column 1, row 4, okay. Okay, I can bring back the spreadsheet now. Because what I've done is actually copy-paste this over to a separate sheet so I can do the tracking independently. I might redo some of the formatting on this side of things, but... Okay, copy, and then bring that back to 100%. There we go. If I change the formatting, it will probably be on this one, just so I can have more consistency in the cell sizes. As it stands, though, I think sheet 1 will be better for data entry. And now that I've got the first 10, before I delete anything, hang on. Let me just block that out for a moment. I don't want to use OneDrive. Where's my desktop? There we go. And as you can see here, I just saved the previous version as the raw file, and this one has now got the modifier of a culling revision, because I can now cut out these 10. They've been successfully transplanted, and now we can have the convenience of bumping up row 11 to where we can see it right here. Alternatives would be something like a page break, if we could just hide those columns, or hide those rows we've already done, so we could stay with closer access to the columns, but... There's some bells and whistles I may have forgotten about with Excel over the years. We'll get it figured out, don't you worry. Okay, we have 1-1 slot, 1-2 slots, 1 rank of fire attack. And then 3 ranks of tool specialist. Okay. Next up, we have a 2 and a 1. 4 ranks of Constitution. And 1 rank of Stamina Thief. already passed it. And next, 1 rank of crit element. Oh, I gotta do the deco slots first. Only a single 2 slot. Now, crit element. And 3 ranks of free meal. Again, especially for me running the wide range 5, free meal, speed eating, sounds good. Not hard to build for, though. Also, in case in case I glazed over it too quickly earlier, you can see with the way I have the text descriptions in these top sections. Well, I should actually use the, yeah. I have the skill, I have the current slottage based on what's being flagged, the maximum slottage, so you don't just have to rely on the number of columns here. You also have that in the top descriptor, as well as whether it's a weapon or armor decoration, because Wilds did make that divide, and the size of decoration slot it takes. So Adrenaline Rush is a 5-rank skill. You can get it in multiples, and you also have armor available. It's only available as an armor skill unless it's on a talisman, so if you want to try and sub it out with decorations, that's the complication, and is a 3 slot. One thing you might have seen earlier, but I didn't point out, would be... let's see. I think Hunting Horn's the best example for it, and that's not just me being nepotistic with my favorite weapon. Hunting Horn's actually probably the exception to this rule in a very strange way, because as you can see here, the comma after weapon, once it's specifically for that category, there's multiple options. Because weapons have their decorations in Wilds on a kind of... a 3-tiered gradient, if you will. Something better I could probably use for this would be a scale of elemental attack. But I'll start with Hunting Horn here anyway, because a single rank of Horn Maestro is a 2 slot. If you have a decoration that gives you 2 ranks in a weapon slot, it's a 3 slot deco. If you were to go towards something like, let's say, I don't know, Fire Attack. As you can see here, it's still a weapon deco only, but you have 3 potential deco sizes. It could give you 1 rank for a 1 slot, 2 ranks for a 2 slot, or 3 ranks for a 3 slot. And when we're comparing talismans that can have multiple ranks of multiple skills per pop, that's where it becomes relevant. It's like, oh, well, do you need 1 3 slot, or do you just need 3 levels of the skill on your talisman? Fire Attack's probably not a great example for this one, but the principle still stands. The exception is that in most cases, weapons that have their decorations scaled in this way start at 1. Hunting Horn is the only example that I have... Hunting Horn is the only example I have from making this list that starts at 2. Any other weapon category either starts at 1 with multiple tiers, or it just doesn't have tiers. Hunting Horn's the odd one out in that case. I found it interesting. And yes, it is because of favoritism. I'm not going to try and deny it anymore. A man has needs. Anyway, what was I entering? Right, crit element and free meal. Okay. Shapes and colors. Oh, it's marvelous, isn't it? I guess that means you did turn one ear to me. I didn't even think I broke the sound barrier that time. I'm just doing numbers. Ah, whatever. Crit element and free meal. Okay, that one's fully logged. Now this one we have 2 single slots. We have 1 rank of burst and 1 rank of stamina thief. God, I'm a dumbass. You're just finding out? Lamal, no, just time for bandages. Fair enough. You can wrap up your thing quickly. I can't. There's 1 rank of burst, and the next thing I need is 1 rank of stamina thief. Okay. Staying in row 7. Okay. And I did it again. Stamina thief. Burst. Only 2 single deco slots. Yeah, that one definitely goes. Another case with 2 singles. Don't worry, you'll use me as your lullaby again soon enough. Well, I guess that depends on how long you want to be put to sleep for. Or, the more pressing matter, do you want to wake up again? Because I'm surprised nobody's being bored to death by this. I like it. But then again, I'm also me. Row 8, earliest in alphabetical order would be maximum might. Yeah. It is row 8, right? Yeah, okay. 1 rank maximum might. Next up would be para attack. And the last would be 1 rank of peak performance. Okay. Two singles again. Okay. 1 rank artillery, and then 1 rank latent power. Row 9. Next up, we have a 2 and a 1. What am I even doing right now? I'm logging the top 30 entries, and by top, I mean lowest number in sorting, so that I can meld them to open up inventory space so I can go back to hunting 9+ star monsters. There's going to be at least 1 of them today. So once I have logged a minimum of 30 of these in the table, I'm going to Elder Melder them, and then free up a full page of the equipment box. That is the plan. And I wanted to show you the method to the madness, instead of just going straight to the madness. Where was I? Right. Crit and convert element. Convert element comes first. Okay. Just one rank of it. Ah, yeah, sorry, you slept through the explanation. Being awake for it wouldn't have helped. Crit elements. Okay. Now, this is one that, to my untrained eye, I figured I could probably use that as like a lance or a gun lance. I don't know how heavily you need to worry about waiting guard up. But it's also only one rank of it, and yeah, you do like your little hops as a lance or a gun lance, but evade window, counter strike, you don't want to be knocked back to trigger counter strike if you're also guarding, but it depends on what skills you want to use and to what extent, so right, this would be R5018. Okay. 2 singles. Counter strike. 1 level of counter strike. Apparently 1 level of counter strike is all it takes to get Valve sued by the state of New York. I thought Zora Magdaros was going to be causing more trouble after he was elected mayor of New York City. But nope, instead, we got somebody trying to go after Valve itself because CSGO loot boxes? Oh, and also violence. Apparently, guns are Satan, except for the part where the country loves guns. I don't go into politics unless there's a fucking punchline, but New York has nothing but punchlines lately. And depression. And breadlines. You can't combine the breadlines and the punchlines. That just makes Catholic Mass. Anyway, where was it on this one? 1 layer Counter-Strike. Next, I need 2 layers Evade Window. It was row 11, right? Right. And the last is 1 layer of guard up. Okay. R5019, another 2 and another 1. I'll start with bind resistance. It's 2 ranks of that. Then blight resistance, only 1 rank of that. And last is 1 rank of protective polish. Okay. Two 1 slots. 1 rank of Counter-Strike. One rank of earplugs. This is going into row 13. And 1 rank of ice attack. Okay, as you can see, that's the distribution for the next 10. So I'm just going to scale that back to 100. That can go there. And this will go here. Take that to sheet 3. There we go. Delete these 10 rows. And we're 2/3 of the way there. See, this is no problem. It takes time, but it's not difficult. Let's see. Huh? I'm only doing 30 of them so that we can actually get time to hunt today. I'll worry about most of this off stream. Don't you worry. Let me worry. I'm good at it. It's full time for me. Two singles. A rank of flyer. One rank of flyer. And tetrad shot. You don't get it? This is going to be my breakdown of the first 6 months, 6.5 months of RNG talismans. And unfortunately, you just can't extract the data that quickly. Unless there's been some... Unless somebody's found a way to extract it from your save file directly and then convert that into a spreadsheet, it just takes time for the data entry. Oh, hell no, I'm not taking that from you now. You're the one who worries. But I'm better at it. One rank of tetrad shots. Okay. I have to show you this now. Hang on. Where's my cursor? I found a talisman I'm actually using. I think this is for my Gathering 2.0 set. There's probably better options, but I guess this one was just convenient at the time. 1 rank of Horn Maestro, 2 ranks of Item Prolonger, and 2 ranks of Aquatic/Oil Silt Mobility. Well, I'm going to log it in here, but I guess that means we're going to entry 31. It's even got a wasted deco slot. There's a 1 in the 2, but... Making a gathering set in this game is not difficult. It's just... mystifying that I found one that I'm using this early and it's a rarity 5. Of all things. Okay, I'll hide that again. Okay, 1-2 slot, 1-1 slot. Earliest is going to be Aquatic. Two ranks. Actually? How about I hydrate it? Has it been that long? It has actually been almost an hour since I last hydrated. Son of a bitch. You know what I'm probably going to end up doing? I'm going to end up inputting this probably like 50 entries a night just as an aside until I get done with it. And I need to do that math real quick. Hang on. Like, I'm not counting today. 1,296 divide by 50. I'm being generous. Ha. I might have to rethink my plan, because even if I round this down, and keep in mind, it ends in a 0.92. I should round this up. But even if I round this down, it'll take me 25 nights at 50 entries a night. Oh, motherfucker. Drink! Okay, I live. If only I could find my cursor. I have so much random shit open. Two ranks aquatic. Now, next would be Hornmaestro, 1 rank. And then 2 ranks of item prolonger. Okay. And I'm not putting that one in the pot. As you can see here, I am queuing up talismans to be melded. And so far, these have all been purely armor deco slots, no weapon deco slots. I don't think weapon deco slots show up until Rarity 7? Or maybe Rarity 8. The one talisman I keep using, and again, I've said the dead skills again, but it jumps out at me. Who the fuck are you? Oh, you're from one of my experimental multiplayer builds. Yeah, I don't need you anymore. I'm not running heroics. Yeah, I thought weapons started earlier, but I guess they're Rarity 8 exclusive. Huh. The more you know. I'm learning so much, and I'm the one assembling this goddamn spreadsheet. Why? Why me? Why do I do this? To myself or others? There have to be smarter people than me that have already done this kind of breakdown. But then again, if you wanted smart, you wouldn't have come here, so. It's your own damn fault! Okay, let's see. R5, 023. Okay. Just a single 2 slot. Dragon attack and dragon resistance. It's going to be in row 6. Okay. One rank of attack, 2 ranks of resistance. And then I need 2 ranks of poison resist. Did it again. Okay, you go in the pot. Now we have R5, 024. single 2 slot, 1 rank of burst, and 1 rank of poison attack. Okay. Because I'm special, specifical. Okay, you're going back to bed now. Good for you. I'm going to finish this bit of data entry, and then I realize I need to jump into a 9-star right away, otherwise I'm missing one of my dailies. And I don't want to pass up any free shit. It doesn't even need to be a specific 9-star, because I already did the Arkveld hunt for the dailies, so just any 9-star. Sing you something nice. No, I'm not going to be mean. I'm just going to leave you to my ambiance. You can figure out how to tolerate that then. Single double, and then dragon attack. We're talking row 8. Then I need 2 ranks of marathon runner. And lastly, 2 ranks of windproof. Windproof is just not a relevant skill in Wilds because there's no Kushala Daora, and frankly, no other monsters give you enough problems with wind to be relevant. I might eat those words, but so far it seems like that's the primary consideration. Okay. We have 1-2 and 1-1. 1 rank Flayer into row 9. And then 1 rank of Protective Polish. We have a single double. One rank of Agitator into row 10. And then 1 rank of Bludgeoner. Okay. Now R5028. One, 2, 1, 1, 1 rank Counter-Strike into row 11, and then 1 rank of Slugger. It is going into row 11, right? Right. Okay. Now, let's see. 2 singles. Row 12. I'm going to need 3 ranks of Dragon Resistance. There we go. And 1 rank of water attack. Okay, we have a 2 and a 1. Need 1 rank of ballistics into row 13. Two ranks of free meal. And 1 rank of peak performance. And now, the last one, and then we will be able to make our 3 talismans out of rarity 5. R5031, a single 2 slot. Lost connection with server. You know what? I don't blame you. I probably would have lost connection too. At this motherfucker. Okay. I'll reconnect after this. I just put in the deco slots. Okay. Single 2 slots. Crit status. 1 rank of crit status. Into row 14. Still lined up properly. Okay. One rank of stamina surge. And then 2 ranks of tool specialist. Okay. And now bring that back to 100%. Copy. Paste as such. And zoomed out to 10%. So far, this is what the entirety of the submission looks like. And again, we've only done, what is this, 30 out of 1296? Yeah. This is only a bit over 2% of the data entry. So 0.023148148148148 repeating. So round it down, let's call that 2.3%. So if we were going to do this, I can try to check the time on the VOD after the fact. But basically we need to do 40 of these sessions if we were going to log all of these talismans. Because that was 30... well, 31 technically. There's one we skipped, but you know what I mean. The difference of 1 talisman in this formula is not going to give us that much more time to work with. Make sure I save that. Now, going to nuke these. Delete. Save. Hide the Excel spreadsheet. Minimize that. So that is the first 30 talismans I am melding in the entire game after over 6 months of collecting. Hoarding, let's be frank. Let's see what happens. Wait. 9 surplus points. Oh, I didn't select you. Okay. First time melding, immediate mistake. Almost wasted. Fuck it. Don't act surprised. Let's see what spits out. I'm going to favorite all of them, though, so I know where I can still track them more reliably in the order. It's all rarity 5. Sleep, Antivirus, Flinch Free, and a 3-slot. Charge Master, Part Breaker, Ambush, and a 2-slot. Stamina Thief, Stun Resist, and a 2 and a 1. I'm registering them all as favorites. And, oh, Yasai, you wanted to offer me a meal. How many years ago was that? I've been in the menus for a bit. It's been so long that Yasai and Tashin, and they rotated meals too. So as you can see, that took a good chunk out of it. 27 item slots freed up. I'm still going to get a warning that I'm running out of equipment box space, but that does give me more time to work with. That should mean I have approximately 2368? Let me check. 2395 minus 27. I'll be damned. Why can't I do that math when it matters? Oh, that's right. I had to lose the Rain Man autism for Pokemon autism. Who needs physicists when you could have a goddamn living Pokedex? Ah, whatever. There's the warning, 32 slots. It's a lot better than it was. I don't really need any Windward Aloe at the moment. I'm going to collect the rations, I'm going to collect items from Nada, and I'm going to save and relog so I can get online for the events. I want to do at least one 9-star before I end today. Oh, that was close too. It was 8. Hang on. Where did I lose the ramen noodle cat? Does he despawn if you haven't used your voucher? What? Well, now I don't know if I want to use it. I think that event goes on for about a month, so I've got time to figure it out. Yeah, that's fine. I was going to make sure I'm using the proper armor, proper item loadout. Support main, there you go. I'll go Fungiform neutral. And now... Huh. You know, something's just now kind of occurring to me. Huh. I don't think I've had to relog this or last stream due to performance issues at all. Getting disconnected is a whole separate animal, and that's... I'm going to blame my ISP for that more than Capcom or Monster Hunter or Steam. I think they actually fixed the PC version. I know it took them like 10, 11 months, but at the same point, it's a really fun game, and I haven't had the frame rate die on me in at least a stream and a half. And I haven't had the same issues offline, even remotely. I had one crash last night. And that wasn't like, oh, the performance is bad. No, just like the game completely craps its pants and dies. I've had that once since the January performance update. And we just had a February performance update as well. Maybe something in the February update did that. I don't know. For now, I just want to go hunt something. Ah, you did respawn. Oh, you know what it is? Because I was offline. You're probably flagged in that kind of... I get it. I don't like it, but I get it. Okay, Tashin has a meal offer. What's my current meal? I think I have, Carver. I'd like to keep Carver for my meal. I know it's not guaranteed I'm going to be carving monsters. I might end up with somebody that wants to cap, but at the same point, eh. Or I could just play solo. Multiplayer's more fun, though. Ah. You know, I could go for a 9-star Rathalos. Let's see if it breaks the stream immediately like the last two. I have not had one solid 9-star Rathalos hunt while recording. It always broke something. But I haven't fought one since the January or February performance updates have come out, so... Okay, Rathalos, it's flagship time for the franchise, not just Arkveld being the flagship on the box of this game. You have to not. Please. Just not. Don't. Do not. Are these load times worrisome? I'm on an SSD, but... I'm used to this kind of load time when I'm joining somebody who's playing on... a... inadequate hardware. Autism Possum. I've joined my people. The only way you could be better is if you were a hunting horn. Instead, you're an insect glaive. Eesh. Could be worse. Okay, do you have any camps closer, or... close enough. Okay, they haven't carded to it yet. And now we got a full posse. Just gotta make sure everybody actually gets to the hunt. I don't think that counted. I mashed through that grab a little too quick on the Mandragora. Now everybody's topped off, and the head is in the poison cloud. Not Keikaku. I thought that Spore Puff icon on the minimap was a severed tail. I got very confused, and now I realize I'm just blind. You might have flashed it a little too much too early. Just a suspicion. You planning to come down to ground level anytime soon? Who do you think you are, Azure Rathalos? You are not your blue daddy. This is not a Yondu convention. Ow. He's too strong for autism. Okay, fine. You want me to start taking you seriously? How are you still mounting it? Ground the damn thing already. Did you try to open up 3 wounds? What was that? Finally procced the damn vines. I set those off like 5 minutes ago. Okay, probably closer to 3. But still, exasperation. No shit. You know what? This is getting a little too sobering. I think we all need drugs. I brought shrooms. The time-sensitive ones, they're a little more wasted, but fuck it. I've got Toadstool, and Devil Blights. I'm taking you to Toad School. The professor's a Chattacabra. Don't make me start paying attention, Rathalos. There's the skull. Yes. Oh, double or nothing. I can't... Oh, that was the host who set the trap. Okay. Waste of Carver. Ah, well. If you're gonna do multiplayer with random SOSs, you can't complain with somebody choosing to either cap or exterminate, so. Okay, if I favorite all of these, I should have 8 favorited talismans. It'll make it easier for me to track things and go back to my spreadsheets. Okay, it's not particularly good, but a Rarity 8 Talisman out of the blue was about to infuriate me. Yeah, sure. Is that a new backplate? I don't recognize it. I'll have to look that up later if they added a new title card or something. Which would not be surprising. I could also just be one I forgot I have. I think I'd recognize it, though. That looks like something with a Velkhana on it, or close. Yep, that makes 8 total favorited talismans, so everything should still be fine for tracking purposes as I set up the spreadsheets. I don't know if there's a cap on maximum number of favorites you can have, though, so if that causes further issue, I'm going to have to take extensive screenshots. I'll figure it out. Me setting up the Excel bullshit is a me problem. You are just suffering by proxy because I won't shut up about it. I never get tired of this. Just Flame Fate especially, looking at this. The D.Va set for Flame Fate might be my favorite for her specifically. I don't know about the overall decorations for the hub. That one I have to sit and think on. But the lighting, the plant selection... Flame Fate D.Va might be my favorite D.Va concerts. And yes, I am including Monster Hunter DOS in there, even though I've never played 2. You want me to play Monster Hunter 2? Release it in North America. Otherwise, I'm going to have to get creative. And not the... Well, actually, it would be very anti-Nintendo creative. That could be fun. Wait, it was only on PS2. Shit. I'll figure it out. The visuals for her, as well as the song... I was just complaining I didn't get to do enough hunting today. I ran off from one 9-star Rathalos, and now I'm sitting here listening to a little blind/blonde elf. And it still feels good. It still feels like the first summer festival. And it has a little nostalgic tinge to it, even though it's the first anniversary of the entire game, not even the first anniversary of Flame Fate. I knew Monster Hunter Wilds was doing something right from the beginning, but now that the PC version has gotten out of its own fucking way, it's so much easier to appreciate. And I will do so vociferously. Alma, where's your summer outfit? Wait, Twink, where's yours? Oh, they took off all their summer outfits once the disconnect happened, and now I have to fix it. Gemma, you're wearing slightly more clothes. That will not stand. Glasses, default glasses, heart glasses. Well, I might be investigating something, but it's not going to be a monster. Take the S out of Slay. Gemma, if you'd be so kind, put on this highly impractical April O'Neil cosplay. Pants optional. I don't know, you're already looking pretty hot in front of that forge. But who am I to judge? And now for the Twink. I fucking hate your hat in this costume. You're adorable, you're great, but... for the love of all that is holy, why is your hat full of holes? Oh, I'm gonna feel something. And it's not your ass, I'm filling the holes in that damn hat. I hate it. I think the lighting engine heard me being hateful. Just narrowly making yesterday's dailies. With less than an hour remaining. Is it already that late? I'll be fucked, it is. Okay, I don't know if it's time-based, mission-based, or if it's literally just a matter of you can only have one voucher. I don't know what your deal is. How accurate did they make the packaging? They don't have this brand in North America, at least not with that kind of lettering on it, so... Wait. Wait. Excuse me. Hey, don't mind me. I'm just going to throw that into Google Translate later. Don't worry about it. I don't think I can get the rear view properly. Not with the spacing. That might be too far to get the lettering in detail. Show me your secrets. That's good enough. Already turned in all the dailies. New dailies will be up in less than an hour. Check with rations. Rations, I think, are already taken care of. Check with Nada. Make sure the items are good. Items are all fine. And get me some more Devil's Blight, yeah. Man, Flame Fate was just cooking with this set, and I'm not saying it purely because of the fire. Though the pun is at least 60% of the perks. Was her face always this smooth, or am I becoming a texture pack snob? Immediately after praising the performance updates of the last 2 months. Suddenly that flesh seems less humanoid. Well, no shit, she's a Wyverian, but still. Where's my buff? Thank you. Now, I want to try at least one more new thing today. I'm nowhere near running out of my current meal buff. I still have insurance on it, so I'm not going to just burn it. I'll check out the noodles next time. But now, there's at least one new event quest I haven't done. No. Where is it? I forget what stars it is. 15. Those rewards are not nothing either. Why do I feel like this is going to be the New Year's Moss Swine from World all over again? I'm going with a gut feeling here. I'm not going to do anything going in. I have buffs. I have my default weapon set. I'm just going to go like this. We're going to see what happens. So for those of you who've never used the arachnophobia filter in Wilds, it turns Balakshi, Kamakshi, basically everything except for the giant boss spiders. If it's got 8 legs, it turns it into, well, it sort of turns it into one of those. How many of them are there? The quest had 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so there's 15 total. Obviously, when they turn into a smaller monster like a Balakshi, these are smaller. So is it just a Balakshi, Kamakshi moveset? Something like that? The small crustaceans? Or what surprises do you have in stock? I feel like it's not going to be free. It's only paranoia until somebody's proven to be out to get you. And we are literally on a kill or be killed quest. Quilled? Sure, I'll stick a feather in my cap on this one. I'm not checking. That's a fair few resources. They're not hostile immediately. So I guess we are just basically Balakshi, Kamakshi, giant. It is going to be giant moss wine. Fuck it. Oh, they're all closing in. Okay. Where's my health? I just looked in the corner for a second and saw I was at half health. Maybe? Is that Rocksteady doing this to me? I'm just tanking their attacks, but not actually dealing less damage? Oh no, I'm getting glomped. Oh, that's a big glomp. That's Arkfeld grappling levels of glomp. Okay. Oh my fuck. I got melted. Rocksteady was apparently the right call. Huh. Okay. I feel like as soon as I start carving, like this... Yeah, that, basically. This would be fun with a resounding song. Oh my shit. What parts do they drop, actually? Hang on. I have not been paying attention to the music this entire time. It's none too oh my fuck. So you remember how I was saving that insurance on my meal for, like, an Arc-Tempered Arkveld? I lost it to a slime. Aha. Okay. Interesting. Remind me again, total number of carts on this? Fuck it. Fuck it, we ball. no, it's the big suck. Eye contact? With what? Oh, wow, they were one hit from... Yeah, this is... It's... Yeah. Well, at least this is a good mission for Carver if I need Balakshi parts. What are they? So terrifying they cannot be glimpsed through the eyes of a standard hunter. Only a coward's vision of complacency, the slimes covering an arachnid carapace, can loosely be comprehended. These are dangerous motherfuckers. They just melt your goddamn health. It's impressive. Let me sing you the song of my people. I still can't... Oh my... No, the glomping! It's not 2006 anymore! Too much suck. Too much. I'm about to die. Oh. Well, you get 8 carts before you fail this one, I guess. Holy shit. How much do I have on Rocksteady? I need to wait 4 more minutes. Maybe I'll come back to this one with a resounding melody. Just to do some damage. Get some revenge. I didn't irrationally hate slimes going into this, but I'm developing it. Bird. I lost count on the number of bodies. Excuse you? Ow. Fuck. Yeah, I think that actually did more damage to me than the last time I got grappled by an AT Arkveld. It's kind of impressive. What is your damage? Cat. I'm gonna have to recover all these bodies, because I can't remember which ones I carved and which ones I didn't, and which ones I still even have more carver procs on. There's only one left as well. I can dance around a little. Make him squirm. I wonder if this would be good for, what's it called? Wyvern Sprout, like the Triple Blangonga quest. Well, I'm carving everything right away, if I can, so I probably need to leave some of them to germinate for a bit. Which one did I forget? Oh. You... Really? I... Speak of the fucking devil. Yeah, it was kind of a waste of insurance, but at the same point, fuck those guys. Where's the last carcass I can carve? Or is it updating one of them with those... No, I just walked past this one earlier. Okay, you know what? Fair. We're back to Slime Time Television, and unlike Nickelodeon, no controversies here. I just fucking died. If this is good for catalysts, I might actually have to farm this. Huh. Were there any exclusive drops? I don't think there were any listed. Oh, no. I'm gonna have to do this one on repeat, because there's no way they only just made one blue available. Maybe I make a resounding set now. Oh, wait. Maki. Well, if I take too long, it's not going to be there anymore, so I might as well get a better carver. Yeah, I know my equipment's almost full. Shut up. We are going to enjoy this meal, and I think we're going to have to wrap things up. We got plenty to do next time, though. We got more slimes, we got Nadia, we got Arc-Tempered Arcveld. If I'm going to die, I'm not going to die hungry. Excuse me, just because you decapitated me doesn't mean this stops being cannibalism. Where's my head? Is this my cousin? Oh shit, it's an in-law. Never mind, kill him faster. The horror. The unadulterated horror. You keep coming back. Why does 9-5 Gormagala keep coming back? I swear, if there's a 10-star Gormagala as part of Nadia's quest, I might not even shipwrecks. I might just uninstall the game. Fuck it, I might stab my hard drive. My solid state. I don't even know anymore. My gut is telling me there's a 10-star tempered gore in there. And I don't like it. Because I'm never wrong about things that are going to hurt. Well, hurt me specifically. I've been wrong about other people getting hurt. Plenty. Me, though, somehow it always gets worse. So I'm going to just sort out my inventory again. I'm going to double check the rations, nada, and I think we're going to have to call it for a night. Okay, that's good. You've still got nothing for me. I got to figure out why you won't give me more vouchers. Problem for next time. I say as if I have some high culinary standards. I just ate one of my own people. But we're so juicy and well buttered. It's like the ultimate steak to complain about. But, you know, reptilian, amphibious, not beef. It's hard to say. I should have just gone for a lobster comparison, but no, I went steak. You know what? There's too much at stake here for me to quit now. I'm continuing the metaphor into the fucking ground. So it's a half hour till the refresh. I might have to do that on my own. That's fine as is, sure. I'll restore a neutral. Then I'll save. Still a full Carver meal buff with insurance. So I'm just going to write a note to myself. You know, you can see it too. Final appearance of the Holy Notes for the night. Is there anything else I need to put on that list? Well, I can take that off. I don't really need this information anymore. I just thought it was unusual when I stumbled across it. That should be everything accounted for at the moment. So I'm going to save that. That's right there. And just in case you actually want to be large enough to read, A, skill issue, B, I can't spell. So, next time, we need to do that Nadia quest. I am not ignoring it on purpose. Shit just keeps happening. We need to finish Arc-Tempered Arkveld, and frankly, I want to do at least one clear of it on stream. So, Arc-Tempered Arkveld is on the chopping block. Those slimes, those sons of bitches, we are getting revenge. They think they can kill me twice, make me waste insurance on something less than a 10-star quest? Wait. Is it a 9-star quest, technically? It's a 4-star quest. The requirements are HR 16. I hope that damage is percentage based and not raw, because otherwise there's going to be a shitload of HR 16 people just melting the second they get touched. Oh, that's cruel and unusual. Here, I'll just hide this so you can actually see the damn thing. That's diabolical. Not malicious, just mischievous. I respect it. That is petty evil. I don't think there are any other new quests. No unique drops. It could be good for catalyst farming. There's not even any Komakshi in the mix. It's all Balakshi slimes, as far as I can tell. Finished farming that one. I want to do all 5 of the 10 stars. Words. I want to do all of the 10-star missions on stream, and I still need to do Proof of a Hero. You can't name a quest Proof of a Hero and not expect me to do it, no matter how badly I'm failing. I have to. Nothing else new jumping out at me. I do want to farm a little bit of Gogmazios, not for anything practical. I'm not making any more Gogma Ardians. I've already made 4 sets of the armor. You only need 1 alpha and 1 beta, as long as you cover all pieces for male and female as well and layered. But I made all 4 sets just cuz. The hardest part was the gems. Yes, water's wet. It's an Elder Dragon, and Wilds already has the difficulty scaled all kinds of crazy. Like, did you see those 4-star difficulty slimes compared to Arc-Tempered Hunts from previous? Wilds is too easy. They need to really add a challenge, something to actually push us to endgame builds. Meanwhile, you're getting touched by a goddamn Balakshi. Maybe I should have eaten a different kind of lobster on land. That feast was misguided. What we need is to devour even more power. It's a meat emergency, you see. Oh, I was definitely going to be doing at least 1 stream for each week of the festival, since we got an anniversary rotation going on now. I think we might need some more Flame Fate sooner rather than later. Oh. As it stands, though, my current concerns are, as I've shown previously, Nadia, Arkveld, slimes, and a pile of fucking RNG bullshit. So for now, what I want to do is prep. We're going to be back for more. Don't you worry about that. Flame Fate's continuing, the anniversary is continuing, and I still got more Monster Hunter in me. I'm not just waiting for Master Rank or G Rank or whatever they call it this time. I'm in it for the long haul. I will be farming dailies even when we are 6 months out from a major new content release. Including, I just remembered the announcement I saw the other day. 10-star Gogmazios. 10-star Zoshia. I think they're both coming in March. Funny how that works. I might not survive long enough to see G rank. Oh, dear. Oh, let me just hide my own ugly mug for a moment here. Is that shit not just fucking idyllic to look at? I've already got a good bit of silliness here, along with some epic and some power. All you had to do was not fuck up the PCQA. We could have been having this much fun from the very beginning, but you made me work for it. And you know what? It was still worth it. So we'll be back for more Monster Hunter soon. I don't even have anything clever to end on. I'm just thinking about the bouncing meat and all the slimes, and maybe I could throw the pendant into the slime as a distraction. Or, actually, if it's hungry and could dissolve something that's basically alive, we have Monsty eggs. And it would finally give me a chance to delete the Gravios egg. We could get rid of these lore-breaking nonsense deterrences, distractions, detours, and finally have room for a Basarios egg. So who at the supermarket do I talk to actually replace these eggs? And furthermore, how do I guarantee one of them is actually a baby and not just a miniature adult? You know what this is? It's the fucking Nidoqueen from Mewtwo Strikes Back all over again. I have been ranting about this for goddamn years. It was Gen 2, it was Johto, it was still bullshit. I will not let this go.